What is going on, nerds and nerdettes? It's your boy Stevie B, aka the Horse Hunter. That's right, the Horse Hunter. Well, the Horse Hunter's going hunting today, more specifically for some horses' asses, because there's been some real pieces of work on the community lately that had just caught my attention and just rubbed me the wrong way, and I almost didn't want to make a video about it because part of the things I'm going to talk about is people using controversy to get views. And here I am doing a controversial video that's going to likely get more views than any of my haul videos, which is a shame because it's supposed to be about comics, not about controversy. But sometimes somebody says something that is just so not right that it just pisses me off, and I feel like I need to say something, so I'm going to. And if you don't want to hear about it, you scroll past and move on. I totally understand, but as it would appear, controversy creates views. People love the drama, I guess. I don't know, and as long as people love the drama, there's always going to be somebody making videos to get those views and get the drama in there. But more specifically, I'm talking about the bryscomics controversial. I say controversial because there's nothing really controversial about it, but his controversial Spider-Man cover that he had, delotto cover, Spider-Man 29, I think, 26, 29. I can't remember. It's really unimportant which issue it is. But apparently, if you haven't heard about this, which I don't know how you haven't, because that's all every time I bring up a video, I was seeing videos on this. Some people are very supportive of Brian, and some people not so much. I want to talk about the ones that are not so much, and it's fine if you don't like somebody, yeah. If you don't like their content, if you don't like how they do their business, then you don't have to follow them. You don't have to buy from them, and it's that simple. But you do not. I repeat. Let me say this clearer so you guys can hear in the back. You do not have to go on public forum and trash them for no reason. So, that being said, I'll break it down for you. Basically, Bry does mystery boxes. Let me start off by saying Bry's not a friend of mine. I don't know him. I watched several of his videos before. I've seen other videos of people unboxing his stuff, but as far as interaction between the two of us, don't have any. Don't know him like that. Just for what I see of him on his videos. But anyway, apparently he wanted a delotto variant. He is a big fan of delotto, and he apparently had been trying to get a delotto variant without any success. And he finally got a hit. Marvel Publishing's granted him a delotto variant exclusive for his brand, and apparently they gave him I'm speculating a little bit here. I think this is how it goes. I think they gave him options of he can pick from this art, and he wanted delotto. They offered him this cover from delotto. That's what it was. I don't think they gave him an option. I think they said, we have this delotto cover, and you can use it. You can use this art for your exclusive cover. And he's thinking, oh my God, I finally got a delotto. He's excited and stoked. And who wouldn't be? I would be stoked. If my little pissant channel could get a exclusive comic cover with my branding on it, I'd be stoked, and I wouldn't question it. I'd jump right in and say, yeah, okay, whatever. Well, it comes with a cost. You have to buy a certain amount of books, and I think it was 3,000. I want to say, I'm not positive, but it was a couple thousand books for sure. And he wants these covers to be limited. And this is the part that I kind of like, it's cringy to me a little bit, because I hate to see. I've seen it before. He's not the inventor of this. This has happened many times. But you have to buy the 3,000. Commit to the 3,000. Regardless. But if you want it to be exclusive and limited, ethically, you can't keep the 3,000 and then say, okay, it's limited to only 500. You have to ethically destroy the other 2,500 copies. Okay? And that's what was done. Whether CGC facilitated that or not, I don't know why they would. I don't know why they would get in the business of doing that, but it doesn't surprise me. They're shady as hell. So, but anyway, long story short, he put those in his mystery boxes for somebody to get. The aftermarket value on these books kind of shot through the roof, because they're limited. And cool, it's a delotto cover. So, at any rate, he sells his mystery boxes, gives them out as major hits in his mystery boxes. Well, it comes to find out that the artwork that was used on his cover, for his exclusive cover, it was not the first time that artwork has been used on a cover. Apparently, it was used in limited quantities on a foreign variant, in a foreign country, basically, and that art had been used before. You can't find one for sale anywhere, but it exists. It clearly exists. So basically, he got duped. Yeah, Marvel Publishing duped him, whether knowingly did it or unknowingly did it. They gave him some artwork that was not exclusive to him. It had been used before in another country, granted. So out come the buzzards to pick apart at this criminal who unknowingly got a delotto cover that had been used. And the vultures just come out, or geese, whatever you want to call it, with thumbnails of a snake with his head on it, saying snake in the grass. No, he's not a snake in the grass. He's done nothing wrong. This is the part that pisses me off, is this person with his 65 or 6.5 thousand subscribers goes after the one with the 18,000 subscribers or 17 and a half or whatever. It's just a typical case of the closer you get to the top of the hill, the more people want to push you down. And that's all it is. He does it for views. Bry has done absolutely nothing wrong. He is, if anything, he is the victim. He bought what he thought was original art for his books, and he got duped. And people are coming at him like he is the criminal. This Marvel Publishing has damaged his reputation, and I mean, you can't repair that sometimes. Luckily, I've seen there's an outpouring of support for Bry, and I'm happy that there are people out there that can see through this obvious attempt to gain some views based on some weak-ass controversy. But he's done nothing wrong. I have seen his videos. I've seen his mystery box building videos, similar to what Fu did in his videos, where he'd had a series building a mystery where he was completely transparent. This is what's going in the boxes. Here it is. He did the same thing. He couldn't be more transparent. He has built his reputation on being, a straightforward guy, and somebody comes along and decides to piss on it just to get a couple extra views, and it ain't cool. It ain't right. I don't have to know the guy to see bullshit when I see one, and that's bullshit. And for you, Bry, I stand behind you. You did nothing wrong. You got nothing to apologize for. You owned up to it. You told people what happened. You were completely 100% transparent about what happened once you found out that was the case. But you had no way of knowing that. There's no way of knowing that. Delotto probably doesn't know it. Delotto sells his artwork, says, here's my art. Marvel Publishing says, thank you, here's your money. And Delotto has nothing to do with it. So I don't even blame Delotto. I blame Marvel Publishing, and solely Marvel Publishing. Marvel Publishing has probably a catalog of artwork that didn't use or didn't plan on using, and they pulled one out and dusted it off and thought it hadn't been used, or maybe they knew it had been used but not in the United States, and they gave it to Bry as an exclusive, and it wasn't. That being said, the comic book has not lost value. The scarcity of the comic book hasn't taken that big a hit, because I dare you to go find the foreign variant of the foreign cover with that same artwork on it. It's not there. You can't find one. It's still very limited, very scarce, and it doesn't change the fact that it's a rare comic book. But to go on YouTube and crucify this man for doing what any one of us, maybe if this guy gets up to 10, 15,000 subscribers, maybe he can get him a exclusive cover. Put in that work, dude. You might get there. I'd love to have one. And some people I do know, Comic Vantage. If you go on his website, he has some exclusive covers. It wasn't about the money so much for him for the exclusives. You talk to the guy, and he's genuinely just excited. He's excited that he's like, this is my very own, this is something I did. He went out and commissioned an artist and did the whole spiel, and it's exciting. You don't think to look into stuff like that or ask questions. It's one of those instances where you don't know to ask the question until there's a problem, and then in the future. He knows in the future now. I'm going to have to verify that. Are you sure that this has not been used anywhere else? But he hasn't hurt anyone. But it wasn't bad enough. Here's the kicker. It wasn't bad enough that you try to criminalize him for being a victim, number one. But then you got to start taking pot shots at his mystery boxes that he sells, calling them trash, and you pay $220, $225. I've never bought one. Okay, be honest. I can't afford $225. But he said, but you pay $225, $250 for a mystery box full of garbage. And that has never been the case. I have watched Bry's mystery box unboxings. I watch a lot of mystery box unboxings. Love them. That's what got me into this to start with. And I had never seen a dissatisfied customer. And this guy tries to play it off and make the one, because he can't find one that's dissatisfied too. So his response is, oh, and people try to make it look like they're happy, but they're not. They go, oh, wow, it's cool, and they know it's trash. That's not been the case. That has not been the case. But the fact that Bry sells out his mystery boxes every time he drops them is an indication of how he does business. Because I hate to break this to you, there, Goose Guy, but if people didn't like him, they wouldn't buy him. It doesn't take long for this community to expose scammers. I've got mystery boxes that were absolute dog shit. I don't ever buy them again. If his mystery boxes were so bad, nobody would buy them from him. And that's the bottom line. So if you're selling mystery boxes and your first round went great, but you can't move another one, maybe they weren't as great. Maybe the people didn't think they were as great as you thought, But here's the thing with mystery boxes, guys, and Mr. Goose Guy, whatever your name is. The only thing you can guarantee in a mystery box is the values there. You can't guarantee that people are going to like them. If I threw this in a mystery box, somebody would go, oh my God, what a kick-ass poison ivy foil cover. They would absolutely love it. The next guy gets one of these and he'll go, oh geez, it's another fucking foil. Who gives a shit? Foil's been done to death, and they may hate it. Taste is subjective. You can't please everybody. But to go on there and mess with the guy's livelihood, he's trying to make some money. This is an expensive hobby, guys, and y'all can talk about flippers and whatever you want, but everybody moves comics, everybody sells comics. You got to fund the hobby. This is an extremely expensive hobby, and if you don't find some way to supplement an income and to help support that hobby, then you're going to be in the same boat I am in, broke and can't afford to get the stuff you need. So there you go. So at any rate, but again, I don't know why people feel the need. This community, when I first started this community, man, this was the most welcoming community I had ever seen. You know, with people like Foo, people like Biggie Shack, people like Wink Inc., who shouted me out and helped me grow my channel and stuff, trying to support and uplift and keep people in the hobby. Those are the people we need more of. But all of a sudden now it's like this community is just cannibalizing itself. They go after each other. Just go after each other. And you know, hey, if you got a scammer out there, by all means blow their shit up. But don't pretend like you're doing us a favor by running somebody's good name into the ground because they got duped on something or they've done something. Even if they did, you know, people are going to come at me and go, it's not that he got duped, it's that he destroyed 2,500 copies. It happens every time you see a limited edition or limited number of copies. Where do you think them extra copies go? Other than Walmart packs. But the ethical thing to do when you advertise 500 copies or 1,000 or whatever is to make sure that's all there is. And if you can't buy 500 exclusive copies from the publisher and they have a minimum, you have to buy the minimum if you want that exclusive. So what is the ethical thing to do? If you want it limited to 500 copies, you got to get rid of the other 2,500. And he didn't invent that. He's not the originator of destroying extra copies. Hell, Black Cape Comics did a whole video of them to protect the integrity of their exclusives and their limited prints. Did a whole video of them destroying comic books that were over the print to show integrity, to show, hey, we're not falsifying information. But some people in this community just thrive on cannibalizing everybody, and it's usually for views. Well, I've only got I got a third of the views this guy does, so let's knock him down a little bit. I saw there was a point one time where I saw a video. I'm not going to name this piece of shit's name because he is a scumbag, and I don't want anybody going to his channel to see what I'm talking about. He basically crucified one of the members of this community as inappropriate conduct with children. And you know what his proof was? You know why he did it? Is because this particular person lived in Japan, and he asked him what the age of consent was in Japan, and the guy didn't know. He didn't know. So his evidence was, how the hell are you going to work in or live in Japan and not know the age of consent? He must be doing inappropriate things with children. Or maybe he never thought to look it up because he has no intentions of doing anything. Only someone who has those thoughts in their mind would make a conscious effort to look up information like that. But for that reason, he and his band of sheeple all piled on and ruined this guy's life. Ruined his life. Even showed clips of text messages they've had where he's begging him, dude, my family watches this and I've not done anything wrong, and you please stop doing this, begging him. And this guy just laughs and ruins this guy's life for nothing. Absolutely nothing but views. And he ain't even got the balls to show his face when he does it. So those people, you want to talk about what's ruining the collecting community? It's not flippers, it's not it's not scammers, it's people like that drive people away from the hobby. And you people are pieces of shit, and I hope everyone unsubscribes from you. And if you agree with me, you see these people, unsubscribe. I do immediately. If you're going to get on there and crucify someone for no reason, then I'm not going to follow you. And that's just it. That's just the bottom line. But anyway, Bry, I just want you to know not everybody thinks the same way as these people do. Some of us got your back. You got duped. Marvel Publishing is the criminal, not you. You didn't do anything wrong, and you have been 100% transparent on what is going on. And all these trolls coming at you, they're just trying to get views off your back. That's all they're doing. It's like they're just riding your coattail. I've seen it happen. I see it happen. Everybody that gets up there on top, you'll notice, is the victim of the most criticism on YouTube. The Comic Toms, the Jim Mints, and I ain't saying they ain't doing shady shit, so don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, once you get up there, I seen it happen to my friend Alex. His numbers started jumping up there, and just little by little, people just started nudging at him, just trying to. Luckily, he bailed out before he got out of hand. There are other ones that are on that bubble where they're fixing to get there, and let this be a warning to you. Once you start getting up there in subscribers, man, there's a big ass bullseye painted on your head, and no matter what you do, how transparent you are, how honest you are, somebody is going to climb in that tree with them binoculars and just look and wait for some little nugget that they can go after and try to crucify you. And that's what's going on with Bry. One little nugget of little crack in the armor, whatever, and decent member of this community gets his name dragged through the mud. And then they said called him, said he was in bed with CGC. What does that even mean, in bed with CGC? Pay for grades? Is that it? Or he said CGC facilitated destroying books. I don't know if CGC does that or not, but basically this guy sitting there talking about how corrupt and crooked CGC is while he sits in front of his wall of slabbed books, and I'm going, what a hypocrite. So you ain't even credible. So before you guys jump on a bandwagon because you've heard somebody say something about somebody else, do your research, do your due diligence, and find out. Luckily, Bry posted a video and he explained the whole thing. He was completely transparent. And, so there's not, use a little bit of common sense. The most likely reality is probably reality. I think it's more likely that he got duped by Marvel Publishing than it is that he set out and intentionally bought an exclusive comic, knowing that somewhere in Belfast there was that same artwork was used on a comic book too. I mean, use some common sense before you jump on the bandwagon and grab your torch and start going after people. It's that simple. But anyway, again, like I say, Bri probably even won't even see this. Like I said, we're not close that way. I just see bad things happening to good people, and I hate it because I love this community for the good, for all the bad people that are in it. There are twice as many good people in it, and I like to keep it that way. So it's up to the good ones, you guys out there, to see this crap to help get rid of the bad ones. So, and the best way to do it, I always say, speak with your wallet. You can speak with your follows. Unfollow these people. Don't give them your money. Don't support them in any way, shape, or form. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. But anyway, Bri, keep your head up, my brother. You ain't done nothing wrong. You got nothing to apologize for. You explained it. Everybody knows what happened. People that have bought from you and have done business with you know you're a straight up guy, and they know they can trust you, and they know for a fact 100% that you did not do this intentionally, and they will stay with you. You're not going to lose anybody over this. Again, not all of us feel the same way. We got your back, brother. But that's going to do it. There's my 27 minute rant of what pisses me off today. But that's your horse hunter hunting them horses' asses. Excuse me. Anyway, do all the YouTube things like for you to do, like, subscribe, comment, and follow, or share, whatever, and dump these assholes. Just dump them. But we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.